Okay, welcome to your dashboard. This is your website dashboard. On this dashboard you can do, or you can manage your website. There you can be able to add products, manage your orders, check your shop reports, manage media, check your contacts, messages, your customers. If you want to create coupon, you can also manage your coupon. If you want to add a new blog post, you can do that. And if you also want to edit your profile, you can do that. So also on this dashboard we have videos you can easily use. There are videos you can easily go to check, to if you need help, and if you need to contact me, my contact details are there. So quickly I'm going to run through the tabs of the dashboard. So the first thing is how to add or manage your product. So on your dashboard, just click on see product, or you click on edit or add product, whichever way, still the same link. So let's see, add products. So here you can see that we have the list of all your existing products. Now let's assume we want to add a new product. Click on add new product. If you want to edit product, you can always click on edit product on that particular product, but because we're adding a new product, so you click on add new product. The interface are the same if you click on edit product, so it's pretty much the same. So this section, which is the top bar here, we have where we can enter the product title or product name. So let's assume we call it and let's call it test products. Okay, then the description of the product, of course you know what description is. So here you can enter the full description of the product. This is a product that can do this, that can do that. So whatever description you want to put about the product, the full description, you can easily put that there. Then okay, so you just ignore these parts, ignore this site SEO parts. It's more advanced, and if you know about SEO, you can easily use that anyway. So it's just for your product to rank higher. So if, for example, you know keywords that are easily searched on Google, or that are ranking high on Google relating to that particular product, so you can type those keywords there. For example, maybe clothes is ranking higher, so clothes, bag, I'm just using this as an example. So if you know keywords that are ranking high on Google and that are related to the product, so you can just type that there, then click on enter. So that's about that. But like I said, this is an advanced feature if you know about it. So now here is very important. We have the product data. Under the product data, you can choose the product type. If it's a simple product, a grouped product, an external affiliate product, a variable product. Now most likely you will have a simple product. Those are the common types of products. There are cases whereby you have group product, external or affiliate product, are product that probably you are getting people are going to be purchasing it from another website. For example, you are referring people to buy a particular product on, say, Alibaba. So you can get the picture of the product, upload it, and do everything. So when you click on the external affiliate product, you can only enter the link to that product. So when they click on order, it's going to redirect to Alibaba page where that product is. So that's for if you are going to be selling your own product, you won't be needing that. So let me just explain this simple product part. Now when you click on simple product, you have option to enter the price. So let's say you are entering the price of the product is, say, $20, for example, £20, for example. Then this sales price here means that, okay, let's assume we are giving discounts, say 10, okay, let me say $5, £5 discount. So it means that these £20 will be crossed and it will appear that we are selling this particular product at a sales price of £15. So that's just the simple meaning of this section here. So, but in case I'm not giving any discount, for example, you can just remove this sales price, just type it regular price as 20, so no price will be slashed. So you can put that like that. Then for the simple product, if the product is an intangible product or not shipped product, you can click on intangible. Do you understand? So as product that you've not been shipping and all those things. So, and if it's a downloadable product, you click on downloadable, whereby you can now add the file. When you click on add file, it will give you option to choose the file from your media. You select and upload the file. But if it's a physical product, of course you don't have to choose the downloadable product, and you also have to remove this virtual. Now this virtual is so that you can select if you are going to be shipping the product or not. So if the product is going to be shipped, then you have to untick virtual. Obviously you are going to be shipping the product, it's a tangible product, that's why you're shipping it. But if you are not shipping it, then you have to click on virtual. So you notice that when you click on virtual, the option for shipping is no longer available. But if I uncheck it, you can see the option for shipping is available. So that's about that. Now inventory, if you want to manage your inventory, if you don't have to manage your inventory, say the product is available at any time, you can skip this section. But if you have 5 in stock, 2 in stock, and you want to manage it, you want to be keeping track of it, or let people know, okay, this product is currently going out of stock, so you can easily type that. So for the inventory, you can type the number of stock you have, say 5, 50. So as people are purchasing, it will be reducing. So that's about stock. So if it is still in stock, of course you choose in stock. If it's out of stock, you choose out of stock. On back order, you choose back order. Most likely this section is also not useful, except of course if you are managing your inventory. Then shipping, here you can manage your shipping. I'm going to be showing you how you set your shipping class. Currently this website has no shipping class, so we'll be setting the shipping class together based on information available. So now for shipping, now let me just paraphrase. So we might not be getting in depth because we've not set the shipping class. So let's assume the item is 50 kg. You type the kg there, the dimension, you type it there. Then the shipping class will now be selected. And now shipping class is like the shipping class section has location, is like grouping a particular your shipping by location, by product, and the likes. So when you've done the shipping class, you can now come here to select the shipping class. So you can then choose. There are different kinds of shipping class you can create. So you can choose a flat rate, for example, that okay, for people in so region, it is a flat rate of so amount. So or you can also say that okay, now for people in a particular region, it is a certain amount, or by percentage, So when you set your shipping class, the shipping class will of course appear here. Then you can now select the shipping class that is applicable to this particular product you're creating. So that's about shipping. We'll go in depth in shipping when we get there. Now, link products. This tool is not applicable to your product, to your shop, so we can just ignore this. Then ignore the attributes, and also no, we can't ignore the attributes. For attributes, now I'm assuming that we are dealing with a tangible product, a physical product. Now for attributes, this is where you can now set the attribute for that particular product. For example, the length of the product, the weight of the product, the color, the size, all those kind of things. So that is where you can do that for the product, for that particular product. Then people can now choose or filter by those things. Except if you are dealing with a downloadable product, then attributes is not really necessary. of course, they're downloading is a digital product, so they don't need to choose if it is color, if they want to select the color or the size and the likes. So for let me just do an attribute for this particular product. Let's assume that the product is a test product shirt. Now for a shirt, maybe they will need to know the color, so let's call this color, right? Now we need blue, red, yellow. Blue. Now to separate, you don't use slash, you use this sign. I don't know what it is called, you know this symbol, blue, red, yellow. So that's for that for color. Now once you do that, just click on save attributes. If you want it to be visible, of course you check this. If you don't want it to be visible, you uncheck. So click on save products, save attribute rather. So now you can now see that color is visible there, is available there. So if you want to still add more attributes, you just click on add new. Click on add new and call it maybe what else can we do about shirts? Okay, let's say size. Good, size. So we have small, medium, large, XL, and I think there's XXL too. So once that is done, you click on save also. Good. So we now have two attributes for the product. So remember I said under the description you write the full description about the product. Then here we have a short description. Now this short description is very, very important. It will also help your product SEO. Here I will advise you write things that are very, very catchy, things that are easily searched, about that particular product. So you can just type it there. This product is this, is that, it's about this, it is this when you buy it, and that and that. So you can just type that here, because that is what will even appear at the top section of the website, of that particular product when viewed, before they eventually see the full description of the product. So that's for the short description of the product. Now on this section, on the right section, we have where you can now select the product image. You click on set product image, you choose on your product image. Let me just choose a random image. See this, set product image, then products gallery. Now when you check some products, you notice that some after the main picture, there are other pictures at the bottom, the right, or or the left. So that is the product gallery. If you ignore this, only the main picture will appear on the website. So it's not really compulsory. So if you have more pictures about that product, maybe from different angles, then you can add product gallery. So you click on add product gallery. So you can now select as many images as possible. That's for the product gallery. So here you can now select, say, this picture, okay, this picture. So you can use the control key to select one or two pictures or more pictures as you want. So you can see that there's a tick here, there's a tick here, there's a tick here. So you can do that. So once you finish selecting the image, the pictures you want to select for your gallery, you click on add in gallery. So here we have. Then under category, you can categorize your products. There are, in most cases, you have already prepared categories if you are designing with me. So I would have done some categories for you, but in case the category doesn't suit you or you want your own custom category, you can just click on add new category. The category will help your users or your customers to filter the products better. So that's about category. So you can, let's say this is a shirt now. Okay, we don't have option for shirt, so you can just type shirts here, shirts, add new category. So you can see it is selected. In case your category is not there, you can easily do that here. So that's easy. Then product tags. Product tag is similar to what I was explaining about SEO here. On that, yeah. So it's similar, almost similar. So just type in, keywords that are most likely searchable about that particular product. So here we are dealing with shirts. You can just type shirts. You separate them with comma. Shirts. Let's say fashion. You can say best t-shirt. What else? You can say shirts in UK. So just type most likely searched keywords. So when you do that, click on add. So these are the keywords here or tags. So then brands, ignore these. Please ignore this light speed option or this section here, please. This is for developer use. So once this section is done, you can now go ahead to publish your. If you also want to just save it, leave it as draft, automatically it's saved as draft, but just click on save draft. If you want to save it as draft and come back to it, fine. And if you want to publish it and you don't want it to be public, fine, you can select that here, but you want it to be public. So then if you want to publish immediately, leave it this way. If you don't want to publish this today, say you want it to be published on a particular date, you want your customers, maybe you are using for promotional purpose, for example, you have done a teaser that this product will be available by 12 a.m. tomorrow. So you can just come here. You would have done all the settings you need to do. Just choose the date, set the time, and click on OK. After that, click publish. So by tomorrow, by the time you set, the product will be published. It won't be available on the website right now, so it will be available when you choose, but currently we choose that it should be available right now, so it should be available. So now you can now view the website. Let's see view the product rather. So let's see how it looks. Can you see? So look at the variation here. So this is to show the the options available. Look at the gallery. So if the description were entered, we didn't type any information about description. So if description were entered, we'd have seen the short description at this section, then the full description will be underneath here. So take note of that. Okay, so I think that's that about adding a new product. So if there are any other questions or details you need to know, you can easily reach out to me. And I'll be glad to mail you back. Thank you.